what's up guys, it's Mr. Patrick here, aka Pusha P, and I've got the keys to the award show that celebrates the people we know and love in Zambian car culture. Man, what a year it has been for Zambian motorsport. A year of tire smoke, blistering speed, crazy sound and crazy custom builds, from the tire shredding madness that was the Zedgear spin versus drift show that saw local spinners come out and bring out their best, to the high adrenaline battles that we saw in the King of Drag, showing that a king who's not ready quickly loses his crown. This year really reminded us that Zambia is not just watching motorsport, we're building a thriving culture around it, and it's only getting better. This year, we saw the return of NASDAQ after years of silence. We also saw crowds of 2,000 to 3,000 people packing venues and creating a high energy atmosphere at shows like the World's Spin Fest and the Mike's Challenge. We saw the birth of new rivalries in custom builds and the rise of a new club that not only shined on the local stage, but also on the international one as well. And so, tonight, we take the time to celebrate all of this, but more importantly, we take the time to celebrate all of you. The drivers, the riders, the builders, creators, and fans who made 2025 a year to remember. So welcome to the Zedgear Motorsport People's Choice Awards 2025, the only awards where the winners are not chosen by a secret panel of judges or by politics, but by the people themselves. And so if someone doesn't win an award tonight, don't pick a fight with me, pick your fight with the Zedgear community. Before we get into the awards, let's take a moment to look back at the stories that shaped this year. Because 2025 didn't just give us events, it gave us characters, drama, shocking moments, and obviously a few plot twists that are even worthy of a Netflix series. So let's take a look at everything that happened in the year 2025. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for, let's get into the awards ceremony. It's been a very interesting year in drag racing here in Zambia. Lusaka Bikers gave us a massive street fight that saw international drivers like Boss TTRS come through from South Africa and riders like Edu the Chef all the way from Kenya. But definitely one of the biggest rivalries that we saw in 2025 was Bongani in his Audi TTRS versus Prius in his Audi R8. And for those who may have missed it, Boss TTRS came to Zambia confident and collected the title of fastest driver in the King of Drags, while the mighty R8 sat disassembled somewhere in the copper belt. Of course, the internet did what the internet does, and it threw out a lot of rumors and speculations, with the loudest being that the R8 boys were just scared that they wouldn't be able to keep up with one of the fastest street cars out there in South Africa. Fast forward, and the Race Wolf team went to South Africa for a show and shine event, and from nowhere, Boss TTRS says in a private chat that if they're ready, then he can race. And like in true Petrohead fashion, the Race Wolf team called out his bluff and got a track ready to take on the driver that made them look like cowering sheep on their home ground. And then suddenly, Boss TTRS is not available, and apparently drag racing doesn't even put food on his table. But anyway, at the end of the day, The R8 driven by Priyesh went on to set an insane time of 8.79 seconds over the quarter mile, which not only made it theoretically faster than Boss TTRS, but also the fastest Audi R8 in Africa. But the question that still remains in our heads, will we see this race happen? Well, for now, we don't know. But one thing is for sure, this rivalry is not over until the fastest car crosses the line first. So let's get into the award for the best drag racing driver. So there you have it, guys. A huge congratulations to our winner, and we definitely look forward to seeing him on the drag strip in 2026. And now we move on to the best driver in the spin category. Now, spinning this year has been all about exhibition matches that brought international and local drivers together, showing us their best moves. At the beginning of the year, we had the Zedgear Spin vs Drift show, which brought together everyone from the top most consistent players in spin culture, like Mr. Cheap Labor himself, Jericho from Lusaka City, driving alongside the Copper Belt's longest standing drift king, that's Fred Coney, in his home-built and modified Nissan 350Z. What was also interesting was to see drivers who had long taken a back seat watching from the fences bring out their spin bins and showing that they can still do a thing or two behind the wheel of their M20 Gusheshes. Woza Spin Fest really felt like the cream on the cake when it comes to spin shows this year. We saw the arrival of the mighty VQ Airlines, which is arguably one of the most powerful spin bins in the country at the moment. And of course, I don't need to remind you that things didn't really start off well when you got into the VQ Airlines, but the months that have followed after that really have been interesting, watching the VQ driver Wababa fine-tune his skills behind the wheel. Woza Spin Fest always takes it to a higher level each year, and this year was no exception, with special guest appearances from, the one and only Katra, who is always entertaining in his performances, driving alongside some of the best talent in South African spinning right now, that's Kuja, Lockdiff and Rio, and these guys put together one of the most breathtaking performances that we've seen on the Zambian stage. And of course, we had our top driver, Martin Muhango, who was shining right there alongside them. BMW Motorsport brought back Barn Motel with the Independence Spin Bash, and the landlord himself also ended the year with us at the home ground of spinning Mike's Car Wash with the Mike Spin Bash. We're definitely looking forward to even more spin events coming up in the year 2026, but now let's look at who won the best driver when it comes to spinning. Whether it's the VQ Airlines or his Nissan 350Z, Wababa always puts up a good show. And now, let's get into the best female driver category. Right now, globally, women make about 10% of participants all across motorsport, and here at home, the number is even smaller. We need to see more female representation in Zambian motorsport, whether it's the lack of sponsorship, cultural barriers, or just the need for better safety structures. This is a conversation that definitely needs to be had with governing bodies like the Zambian Motorsports Association and even amongst ourselves. We want to hear from the women out there. What's stopping you guys from taking part in motorsport? But tonight, at least we got 3 women to represent the drivers, the riders, and the spinners. So let's take a look at the winner among the ladies. A huge congratulations to Danielle on winning the Best Female Driver of the Year award. And now let's get into another driver award, the Most Improved Driver of the Year. Success in motorsport isn't just about who has the biggest budget or the flashiest car. It's about the grind. It's about the person who starts off the year as a student and ends it achieving a higher level of skill in that sport. This category is for the hustlers, the ones who took every loss, every breakdown, every critique and turned that into fuel for the next run. In the world of spinning, where experience usually dominates, there are drivers who have risen to a level of precision that's quite frankly terrifying. Mastering skills like the Ghost, climbing out of a moving, spinning car and letting the machine dance on its own while the driver commands the crowd. The consistency and sportsmanship in 2025 have shown that while you can buy a car, you definitely can't buy the kind of soul and entertainment that a driver brings to the pack. On the drag strip, improvement isn't just measured in seconds. We've had drivers who have been relentless throughout the year. From the high-pressure battles that were in Lusaka to the blistering heat of Chipata, these drivers have shown that at every stage, they didn't just participate, they evolved. All these men have reminded us that you don't get better by talking, you get better by doing. So let's see who came out on top in this category. Congratulations to Jay Patel on winning the Most Improved Driver Award. Continue building up your skills in 2026, bro. Up next, we get into the Best Custom Build category. Let's talk about builds. Because if there's one thing that we love as a car community, it's builds that get people talking. This year, we had a car that defined the word project. Kuka's Nissan 180SX. Now, this isn't just a clean import. This is a masterpiece of MacGyver and Frankenstein engineering. Kuka took the legendary 1JZ GTE and swapped it into a 180SX chassis, which of course is something that has been done before, but the real magic is in how he made it work. This car was practically a Japanese and German alliance, running an M20 flywheel and pressure plate, an O2 sensor from an E90 BMW, and even a temperature sensor from a BMW just to get that ECU talking correctly with the engine. Now, I know the purists are probably scratching their heads at this point, but when you're building a car with limited parts and resources, trying to clear the rear turbo intake, using over 5 different clutch master cylinder options, you definitely have to be a genius. This build was a testament to Zambian grit and mechanical creativity. And of course, right alongside Kuka was also the best rapper himself, Catman, who put together one of the best aesthetic builds that we saw this year. It features air suspension, a fully playable Xbox system in the back, and even an inverter that powers jumping castles at family events. And of course, who can forget Sam in his clean stance Corolla at the Zedgear Project's Autofest, proving that even among the modern builds that we have today, old school cars can still pull a new school crowd with the right paint and accessories. The guys in the vehicle customization really brought out their level best this year. There were a lot of creative minds, but there can only be one winner. A huge congratulations to Catman on winning the Best Custom Build. Continue to improve your craft, brother, and we look forward to seeing what you have in 2026. Now, we're going into the Best Paint and Wrap. Now, let's talk about some of the paintwork and the wraps that we've seen. In 2025, the Zambian car scene finally realized that the car is a canvas. This category is for the perfectionists, the ones who spend hours obsessing about a single corner and how clean the finish is. We've seen a massive explosion in vehicle wrapping this year and some high quality paint jobs from workshops that would otherwise be considered small timers. These visual artists have taken vehicle wraps and paintwork to an international level. It's no longer just about changing the color of your car, it's about transformation. We're talking about those crazy satin finishes, chameleon colors, and full custom body kit designs, and liveries that require a very sturdy hand. The craftsmanship this year has definitely been on another level. So let's see who got crowned as the master of the finish. Congratulations, Catman, on winning yet another award for the Best Paint and Wrap category. Now, let's get into talking about the best car crew that we had in 2025. 2025 2025 has seen consistent players like Lusaka Bikers, BMW Motorsport, and D335 host exciting events that brought together many long-term followers of drag racing and spin culture in Zambia, but also people who are new to these sports as well. And of course, we can't forget the boys who are louder in philanthropy than racing. Subaru boys always come together to give back to charity in a big way, and 2025 was no exception. Even though these slow gents never drag race, the car community always appreciates the work that they do for the orphans and the vulnerable in Zambia. So let's take a look at who won the best car crew in Zambia for the year 2025. Content creation is really the heartbeat of our community. Without the cameras, the late night edits, and the drones, none of us would be able to see any of all this action. This year, the competition for your attention has definitely been fierce, and you can see it from the nominees that we brought out. These guys brought a completely different flavor to our screens. First, we have the newcomer who hit the ground running this year, and that is the Zedgear lady. While most of us are obsessed with grease and the smoke of our old builds, she took us into the high-end world of luxury. She focused on the pristine, brand new showroom machines, giving us a front row seat into the latest tech and that new car smell that we all dream about. She's proving that there's a massive audience for the polished side of the industry, and she's doing it with style. Next up, we have the men who put the project in Zedgear Projects, Daniel and Crispin. Zedgear Projects isn't just filming cars, they're telling stories. So whether they're documenting travel vlogs or diving deep into the roots of our local car culture, their original style and cinematic eye have set a new standard. And then we have the man behind the lens at New Wave Motorsport, and that's Patrick. If it happened at night, if it involved tire smoke, or if it was leaning sideways at a spin fest, Patrick was there. His photography has become the visual record for Zambian motorsport. From the grit of the drag races, to the flashing lights of the nightlife, and to custom builds, Patrick captures the energy of the moment like no one else. 3 different lenses and 1 shared passion. A huge congratulations to the guys at Zedgear Projects for winning those 2 awards, and also a good congratulations to Crispin on the best video edit. Keep pushing out that good content, guys. Want to see what you guys put out in 2026. Now, we spent the night talking about the best, the fastest, and the cleanest, but let's be honest, guys, 2025 wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Some cars didn't bring us any joy at all. They brought us headaches and BP. This category is for the cars that make you want to walk instead of driving. The cars that keep the tow trucks in business. First up, we have the legendary Mazda CX-5 diesel. Look, the car is beautiful, but that 2.2-liter Sky Active D engine has broken more hearts than a Unilas pie whose best friend is from Unza. Between the DPF failures, the oil dilution, and blown-ahead gaskets, owning one of these cars is basically signing up as a part-time job being a mechanic's best friend. On the other hand, we have the the Nissan Juke. Owned by some people who are very sensitive in the car community, so we won't say much about this one, but where we can say a lot of stuff is the Toyota Mark X. Now, we all love the Toyota Mark X, but let's be real. In 2025, this car became the official sponsor of extreme road accidents. Brick-making companies saw a sharp rise in the increase in revenue due to the number of walls that had to be rebuilt after a Mark X driver drove straight into the wall fence. These guys are always trying to keep up with Hilux drivers. I don't know what it is about Mark X making drivers think that they're in a Fast and Furious movie, but what I do know is that the Mark X has seen more ditches and bumpers this year than even a panel beater's workshop. It's the award that nobody wants, but someone has to take it. And now we've reached the heavyweight title, the big one, the People's Choice Award for the best car of 2025. Now, by all means, this isn't just about who has the most expensive car. It's about the cars that lived in our heads and our WhatsApp groups and our comment sections all year long. This year, the nominees that you guys picked couldn't be any more different if they tried. On one side, we have the absolute monster, and that's Prius's twin-turbocharged Audi R8 with 1,600 horsepower coming from a V10 that screams loud enough for it to be heard from 2 neighborhoods away. This car didn't just break records at Taunton, it broke the Zambian internet, and it's pretty much the benchmark for high-performance vehicles here in Africa. And of course, we have to talk about Catman's wrapped Lexus IS350, which also made the waves on the internet and still continues to do so till this day. Now, car culture is all about taking risks, and Catman definitely took an extra risk on this one. Half the internet was calling his car a masterpiece of modern wrapping, while the other half, the keyboard warriors, were convinced that he got his inspiration from a showroom of kitchen tiles. But hey, whether you loved the design or you wanted to mop it, you couldn't stop talking about it. And in this game, attention is currency. 5 cars made it to the list, 5 completely different vibes, but there can only be one people's choice. Finally, we get into one of the most meaningful awards of the night. It goes to a group that represents respect, fairness, humility, and community spirit on and off the track. A crew who shows us that motorsport is about more than just winning. It's about character. A huge congratulations to the Scooby Boys for winning the Legacy Award. This team has outlived many clubs in Zambia and has shown true unity in motorsport and car culture. Like we said in the beginning, the car community always appreciates the work that you guys do for the orphans and vulnerable people in Zambia. And we hope that in one way or another, this award pushes you guys to do even more. Thank you. As the head of production here at Zedgear, and on behalf of our hard-working team, I want to thank every single person who supported us this year. This platform was created to bring car content, unity, and fun to the Zambian car community and motorsport. And now, as we grow, our goal is simple: to raise the standard of automotive content here in Zambia. We want more opportunities for drivers, riders, and car owners to just be able to share their experiences. And most of all, we want to build a culture that welcomes everyone, including CX-5 drivers, whether you're racing, spinning, shooting content, or just here to enjoy the vibes. 2025 was big, but 2026, we're taking it to another level, and we're going to be doing that together. And of course, I also can't forget to mention and thank our partners who have worked with us throughout this year: TuneX Automotive, Covenant Motors, Auto One, Puma Energy, and of course, Nico Insurance Zambia. Thank you for trusting Zedgear and supporting the culture. To everyone watching, thank you for making the Zedgear Motorsport People's Choice Awards possible. Thank you for voting, thank you for supporting the culture, and thank you for making Zambia's motorsport scene one of the biggest and fastest growing in Africa. Until next year, keep it loud, keep it clean, keep it Zedgear, and good night.